Okay, this video is going to be tough to film for a couple of reasons. One, because I'm going to be sharing some personal things, but two, I never really film without like right now I have like no script and I have like no idea like really what I'm going to be saying exactly. I mean, I have a rough idea, but like right now I'm going totally off of the top of my head, so we'll see how that goes. I've wanted to make this video for a long time. I just didn't really know how or when I would do it, but basically I want to talk about insecurity. I think a super big thing is that we don't know what's going on in other people's heads or like the things that they're struggling with, so we assume that it's perfect. Okay, so for me, example, people have like come up to me and they're like, wow, I wish I had your confidence, you know, I wish I could just be crazy and outgoing like you are and not worry about what people think. But they have no idea how hard it is, or how hard it was for me to get to that point. I wanted to talk about basically like my battle with insecurities and like, you know, mental health and that kind of thing. Basically talking about a whole bunch of things that like everybody deals with, but not a lot of people talk about. Okay, so basically my whole life up until about 3 years ago, I was the most insecure person ever. And now looking at me now, you wouldn't think that, but it's true. I was insecure about literally everything because I based my opinions of what I thought about myself based off of what other people thought about me or told me or what I thought they thought about me. For instance, like I have this mole on my face, right? It's a mole. Everybody has moles. It was something that made me so insecure for literally my whole life. And like I said, until about 3 years ago, I literally had random kids walk up to me and be like, what's that on your face? And that would ruin my whole day. I was so insecure about my mole that whenever I was like talking to someone that I liked or like thought was cool or meeting someone new, I would talk to them like this, just so they couldn't see it. Because I just thought it was the ugliest thing ever, and that like having it on my face made me ugly. And like it got so bad to the point where I went to the doctor multiple times to have them like look at the mole and see if I could get it removed, just because I wanted it off my face. I told myself, if this mole is gone, then I'll be happy and I'll be okay with the way I look. But the thing about thinking like that is, if you think like that in the first place, it means you're not content with yourself, and you will always find something else to not be content about. So my mole was one thing. Another thing was my eyebrows. I'll zoom in for you guys. I have very small eyebrows, okay? They're small. And for a while, I would literally, okay, let me fix that zoom. There we go. For a while, being vulnerable here, I literally started using my mom's eyebrow pencil on my eyebrows when I was like 14, because I just didn't want people to know that I had small eyebrows, because if I have small eyebrows, I'm ugly, and you know, if I'm ugly, people won't like me, and I need people to like me. One, I had my mole and I realized, wow, my mole's ugly because people tell me my mole is ugly, so I need to get my mole removed so I can be perfect. But then I realized I have really tiny eyebrows. Oh no, can't be perfect. I need to color them in, literally using my mom's eyebrow pencil. I was so insecure that I was putting on my mom's makeup. So we have my moles, my eyebrows. Here's something else. My whole life, I was teased by other kids about being fat. Okay? You might look at me and be like, Daniel, you're not fat. Okay, and I never really was fat, but up until like 3 years ago, I 100% believed that I was fat, because that's what I was told by other kids. It wasn't just my whole body. I was teased about my legs specifically. I was told that they looked chubby or whatever. So it would be in the summer and I would never wear shorts. I never wore shorts, ever. I didn't want people to see my legs, because if they saw my legs that I was told were ugly and unattractive, then I wouldn't be perfect to other people, and maybe people wouldn't like me. I was also so insecure just about my clothes. I literally only wore brand name clothes. I told myself I needed to wear these cool clothes so I can be cool too, and so people would like me. The last insecurity I'm going to talk about is easily the biggest one, because it's my personality. I was so insecure about my personality that I would never act the way I wanted to, ever. For instance, I'd be in a crowd of people and I'd have like a joke I wanted to say, but I would never say it because I was like, oh, that's what if they don't like that joke? What if it's not as funny as I think it is? Or I'd be like at a wedding and I'm like, oh, you know, everyone's dancing, I want to dance, but what if I look stupid? And then if I look stupid, people probably won't like me and they won't think that I'm perfect. I spent most of my life worrying about all those things that I just told you about every day, every time someone saw me. I just thought about, okay, what if they're looking at my eyebrows right now? What if they see the mole in my face? Well, what if I say a dumb joke and nobody likes it? I thought about all of these things every day of my life, and my life was miserable. It was so bad. After being insecure for literally like my whole life, I kind of had an epiphany around the age of 16 or 17 where I realized all these problems stem from me not loving myself. My problems didn't stem from the mole on my face. My problems didn't stem from my eyebrows. My problems didn't stem from the way people perceived my legs, my personality, or the clothes I wore. The problem was that I was not content with just Daniel Dovel. I was trying to force myself to be what everybody else told me I needed to be, what was cool, but what was cool was miserable. I think when I was 17, my relationship with God wasn't very good because I couldn't accept that He had made me perfectly the way He had made me, and I just wanted to change everything about myself. So it got to a point where I was like, God, you love me for who I am. My family loves me for who I am. Why can't I love myself for who I really am and stop trying to pretend to be someone I'm not? That was something I battled with for like a year after that. And then I came to a breaking point where I decided I can't live my life anymore for other people. If people don't like my mole, who cares? If people think I have tiny eyebrows, I don't give a flying fadoodle. If people think my legs don't look good, I really don't care. I had to come to the point where I realized I have everything I need to be happy. Because I know God loves me the way I am and my family loves me the way I am, so I need to love myself for the way that I am. I think something else that bothered me was I always felt like my mole or my eyebrows or my legs or whatever were things that were stopping me from being perfect. But here's what I didn't realize. Everyone is literally perfect in their own way. Now, okay, I know you've heard that before, and I know it sounds cliche, but here's the thing. I am perfectly Daniel Dovel. You could never perfectly be Daniel Dovel because I am already perfectly Daniel Dovel. Daniel Dovel perfectly has a mole on his face, he has these legs, he's got these eyebrows, that's what he has. And you are perfectly whoever you are. But seriously though, you need to be content with being you perfectly the way that you are. I think I'm really passionate about this topic because I know how terrible it is to be living in this box that you feel like you can't get out because if you get out, people will think you're weird. It took me so long, but being able to get to the point now where I can literally say, I love myself, I love my mole, I love my tiny eyebrows. Actually, in fact, I wrote a song about them. I'll put the little link up here or in the description, whatever. It's called Tiny Eyebrows, dope song, plug, plug, plug. It's really funny to me to see like how far on the opposite side I am now of what I used to be. With clothes, I don't wear any brands. I have nothing against brands, but here's the thing. If I wear a shirt that has like an expensive brand across the chest, people are gonna see that and they'll be like, wow, he spent money on that shirt. And I don't want them thinking that. I don't want people to see me and think, wow, he has money, because I want people to like me for me. Also, okay, I was a little scatterbrained today while filming this, so like, I hope it all made sense, but like, if it didn't, comment below. You already know, I answer all these comments, so comment below if you have any questions. But also, if you're watching this video and you feel the way I used to feel, like you can't act yourself, you can't look the way that you actually look, or you can't say what you want to say because you're scared that people won't like you, I just want to encourage you to let that go and realize no matter who you are, you're good enough. You're good enough. You really are. God made you the way that He made you for a reason, and there's nobody else like that. And there's a reason for that. We need you here. So don't try to be somebody else. Somebody else already is somebody else. We don't need another somebody else. We need you. That's what we need. If you're insecure, I get it. You know, I've been there. It's a tough transition. It's terrifying, but it will give you so much joy. Just embracing that Jesus loves you and that you don't need everybody else to think you're perfect. You already are perfect the way God made you. Also, I know this video is really different from what I usually do. Like, it's not like a comedy video, it's not a singing video or anything. It's a real talk video. And if you guys like these kind of real talk videos, please let me know. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, Barbara. If you also want a shout out, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, then click the little bell to turn on post notifications and comment done, and you could be next video shout out. Thanks so much for watching guys. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.